everyone, and welcome to another visit here at Ronde. I believe the 6th for the channel. It is the day after Canada Day, but fortunately fireworks are tomorrow, so it looks like it might be a pretty steady day here. The park has just opened up. We've got a full day. I'm going to give you my rankings in a separate video of all the coasters today, including some of the rides, or the ones that I feel like getting on, because on my last visit, I feel like I captured a couple that I don't really feel I need to this year. However, we'll give you an idea what the park is all about, and let's see if we can get on that kid's credit, as I've been trying to for many years. Lineup's getting pretty busy behind me. Got a couple rides to get in first, so we'll see you inside. One thing I would recommend, if you're getting to the park early, is to go all the way to the back if you're not already parked at the secondary parking. That way you can get to Demon first. There's 3 big rides all packed together, which get significant lines throughout the day, that being Demon for sure, Goliath or Goliath, and then finally you have the Monstre, which you never really know whether or not it's running, or if it's running 2 tracks. I'm hoping that Le Monstre is on both tracks, as it's been quite a while that I've been here. Actually, my last visit it was on both tracks, but it was quite a wait to get on. So we'll see how we make out today. Just finished my ride on Le Monstre. Now I got a couple things to say, as I always do when I start my day here at Ronde. It's just afternoon. I've been in the park for a little over an hour, and I finally got a ride in. Fortunately, I had to buy the Flash Pass because I'm realizing I'm learning more about myself, and I just can't be patient with the lines, especially at a park like this where they're not really honored all that well. just got off of Ednor, and yeah, you're really only going to do this once a time that you come to this park, unless you've never done an SLC before and you're just blown away by it. Personally, I've already done 3 SLCs this year, so really an unmemorable experience other than the fact that for this park, it's unique. The second adult inverted or thrill inverted coaster that used to be located at Six Flags Astroworld and is now here running strong for many seasons. 2 train operations today, so that's kind of good. Although there is now a line forming. Earlier it was a bit of a walk-on, so yeah, it's pretty good. Can't really say much more about it other than the headbanging wasn't too bad. I did make sure to brace myself to prepare for it. Running well, not too severe, but also not so great. Operations, I gotta say, at least on this ride and a couple other ones I've been on so far, have been really good. And oddly enough, I've been recognized for the first time here. They even knew my channel name, so I have noticed that a lot of the employees this season, if it's just because of the early part of the year, super friendly. Definitely probably one of my highlights already of this visit. Very, very amenable staff, and yeah, very enthusiastic, and I'm definitely enjoying that. There is an aspect about Ronde that I should mention, and every time I come into this section of the park, I always feel like this area, which used to be the Quebec Village, is underutilized. It really could be brought back to its original form if the vision was behind it. There used to be a restaurant, a pub around here, and also really what is left, which is a bespoke or a period Quebecois village, which if Ronde was really going to sort of celebrate history and kind of get into a different theming idea, I think that this old French quarter could use with a revitalization to bring it back to what it once was. The buildings are kind of sitting disused right now. Half of them are unfortunately used for Ednor's entrance, but that could easily be reconfigured into something new. I'm pretty sure they are protected, but it would be certainly nice and refreshing to see something new be done with this area of the park. It's getting hot, just about to tuck in to my favorite place to have a meal and a refreshment here at the Saloon. And I'm actually trying one of the new restaurants here in Fort Edmonton, if it is indeed still called that, because a lot of the remnants of Fort Edmonton are leaving us very fast. This certainly doesn't have a barber shop in this location or in this plaza anymore. If you want to know what I'm talking about, definitely check out my History of Ronde video, as yeah, in the early days there used to be a lot more that you could do in this section of the park. I'm going to dive into this and I'll let you know after I finish it, as my condiments and everything are flying away with the gust. There's nobody up here in the Saloon today, so I'm being treated to a nice sort of individual day And a couple of things I didn't really cover earlier during my visit, because I did get a fast pass because I just couldn't be bothered with the waits. Even though it's not that busy of a day, Le Monstre is on a probably 45-minute wait for each side. So I'm going to refresh myself. Now also the beer, you still have to buy the cup to get your refreshment from a beer. So it works out with tip to about 20 bucks all in, with the food as well, which I got a bit of a discount due to my season's pass. We're talking about a $43 meal here, so not cheap, but we only do this once a year, and it's really like one of the things that I look forward to the most doing every year is just having a little chilled out here at the saloon. So cheers. Just got off in Bateau Pirat, my first time ever actually going on this pirate ship in Ronde. It's just gonna keep happening, but the cycle on it was decent. It didn't have that much stomach sensation, which I found a little bit odd for a pirate ship. Normally they have quite a lot, and I was sat in the front of the ship, which is usually the best for that. So a good ride, but unfortunately not quite up to, say, other pirate ships that I've been on over the years that really give you that stomach sensation. But well placed in the park. Glad I was able to try it finally for the first time. Condor has been completely reimagined. Well, really, it's just been fixed up and repainted for the 2025 season. And we're glad to have it back because this may be the last Husk Condor available in Canada, as Marinelands has just gone up for sale and is in nowhere near the state that this ride was, or at least this ride was in that state, as I thought that it was going to be closing. And I saw it all in pieces as of last year's vlog. Definitely check that out if you want to see what it looked like. It certainly didn't look like it was coming back, because this ride generally I found they've been closed down in most places and they haven't been returning to service, but not here at Ronde. They decided to actually refurbish it and bring it back up to its original glory, and it is actually really impressive. Good speed on it. In fact, I was really impressed. Probably the fastest of these that I've been on outside of maybe Skyline Park, which is very close to the home of where this ride is actually manufactured. And then, yeah, good height, and again, great cycle time on this ride. Like, we were up there for quite some time. Where in other parks I would expect us already be being taken down from the maximum height, we were up there for at least a minute or so, just swinging around and enjoying times. It was great. Yeah, definitely glad to have it back. New paint job looks really nice too and elegant. So Condor's back, and long may it survive here at Ronde. It's a bit of an iconic ride, considering that the signage at the top of it really is something that you sort of notice from outside of the park. One of the bespoke things that Ronde had done, and yeah, it would be a shame if it was lost, and thankfully it hasn't been. Condor carries on. First time that I've noticed this, but Choo Choo has been turned into Le Safari. One of the original rides from Expo 67 has actually been rebranded and reimagined as a Dino Safari. It's actually a pain in my heart because I never got on Choo Choo in its original vision, one of the aerodynamics flat rides that was original, and now we have a Dino Park, which is actually an inspired take on what originally was here, but I'm going to miss that animatronic cow that I never got to be acquainted with. success. I'm almost tempted to do the boat ride right behind me here, as I would manage to get on formerly known as Choo Choo, now the Safari. Well, there was a safari ride here way back in the day with the park originally opening, although that was not a ride, that was more of an actual safari in trucks. But beyond the point, excellent, very satisfied that I was able to get those two in. Having a great day here at Ronde because of that. So finally, all the credit's done, at least a lot of the classic things that I wanted to do, and definitely La Marche de Mille Pas was probably the highlight of that overall. So that's Dino Park for you. First time I was ever able to really give a look at the park itself. I actually think it's a great new addition here to Ronde. I kind of do miss Pays de Rimbabelle. It had its own thing, its own sort of like style and look to it. It was definitely French. Dino Park is a little bit more generic. I've been distracted riding kids credits for the last hour and a bit, so we have to get over to the other side of the park. There's a whole section that we haven't even visited yet, really. So why don't we do that now?
De garder les têtes contre les appuis-têtes et les muscles harnais. Ready? Go!
Et de 52 pouces. Veuillez déposer dans les casiers rouges tous vos effets personnels et bon voyage.
Welcome aboard Orbite.
Just finished an Orbite, decent ride. One of the better ones in the park, but it is really quick and done. A nice little launch, snappy. You get a lot of floater once you hit the top and then get sucked back down, and then that's pretty much it for the ride. Great location, great sightlines, great views. Another great crew, very happy, very jovial. It's like a whole different Ronde really this year, and I just don't know what's happened, but I'm very happy that I decided to come down when I did, because I'm having a great old time. That's Orbite done. Let's get on a ride here that I have not been on yet, that has been waiting for quite some time. It's actually two, and one of them which being the best, or at least from my last assessment, one of the best flat rides in Canada. And that can only be one thing.
Voici. Attention au départ.
Cycles on the rides in this park today, including that, despite the fact that there's a thunderstorm actually brewing above us right now, and as soon as the cycle began, a large thunderbolt actually hit in the horizon, so it was a pretty wild sensation and really added to the experience. But yeah, so many rotations up high, so like I feel like that ride gets higher and higher every time I ride it, to the point that you're literally bouncing upside down in that horse collar restraint when you get up to the maximum height of the ride. And there's at least 4 or 5 times where that occurred. Everyone's trying to scramble around the park in hopes that they might find a ride still open, because yeah, it looks like ride closures are about to happen for the final half hour of our festivities here at Ronde. The park closes at 8 o'clock, and I'm going to go back to the other side of the park because there's a lot that I didn't cover, including the Splash, which I'm completely dry now. It was a great ride, definitely enjoyed it, really quick and refreshed me in the mid part of the day. One sort of pet peeve I have though is that these new muffin top haircuts that aren't so new anymore that the kids are getting these days, I would avoid going on one of those rides around those kids, because after the cycle, all they do is they shake their head and then all this water and the gel or whatever they're putting in their hair ends up on you, and yeah, not so pleasant. So yeah, definitely took away from the experience, but that's a small little thing. Not so sure that we're going to get on another ride today, but we're going to make an attempt at it anyway. I wanted to go over to the Boomerang to cover that. New train is sleek, really nice. I'm not really sure why they went for another shade of blue with the train design, but it is what it is. That ride's gone through many color combinations over the years, and yeah, definitely way more enjoyable with that new train. It's got those new sort of vest restraints from Vekoma, which make them very comfortable and quite an enjoyable ride. And the oldest Boomerang in North America looks like it's going to be around for quite some time. It does look like we're going to get maybe one more ride in. I'm trying to get to Goliath for one more ride on that, and then potentially Le Monstre, because I haven't actually gotten on to the second track today, the faster of the two, so hoping for that. So let's go over there, and we'll see how we can wrap up our day here at Ronde. Probably the best day I've had here. Okay, I can't avoid Taylor Swift being in the background, but I gotta sum up Goliath, the second best ride here in the park. It shocks me that it's not the greatest. It has ridiculous floater airtime. It's really the complete package, and a revolutionary ride for Canada when it finally arrived here in 2006. I hope I got that date right. Great ride, one of the best B&Ms in Canada, because we don't have that many anyway, but it was really a great introduction as a B&M sort of mega coaster. Even though it doesn't hit that 200-foot height, it certainly packs as much of a punch in it as Behemoth does back in Toronto. In fact, there's a debate about whether or not this has actually got better airtime than Behemoth, and I think this might actually take the cake this year with Goliath, because yeah, I was getting tons of floater in the front. Unfortunately, I didn't get a backseat ride today. Kind of hanging out here hoping that maybe the weather will turn and I will get a backseat ride on it, but we'll see how that develops. Unfortunately, it looks like it is the end of this visit, as the rain doesn't look like it's going to turn in time for us to get back on another ride, but it's been enjoyable nonetheless. That's going to be a wrap for my day here. I did get a flash pass, and I didn't really fully get to utilize it to the extent that I would have liked. But those are the breaks. You can't really predict the weather, especially when it was supposed to not rain today. And this is definitely one of those days where I would say one of the best ever. Got a couple of rare credits that I hadn't been able to get for the longest amount of time. I'm not sure if that's due to the regime change. Surprised a couple of employees with my Cedar Fair pass. Hello, employees, that I was able to remind them about the merger. Just give it a scan, it'll be fine. Just give it a scan. Don't worry about a manager. Just give it a scan. Yeah, and everything worked out great. A couple great rides on Le Monstre. One of the most difficult rides to marathon probably in the country, if not the world, with that limited service. 2 trains. Didn't get on both sides, unfortunately, but I'm happy with the overall output today. It's really starting to come down. I didn't even get to cover Le Galiffant, not in working order still. And I regretfully have not been on this classic Belgian-made carousel, one of the oldest ones in the world, still existent. That pipe organ in the center not looking so good, so let's hope that it has a better future ahead of it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Another great time. I think I need to come back to the Ronde. I thought I'd have one visit this year, but I might come back for another brief one later into the season, probably during Halloween. I would say it's probably a good bet that I'll be coming back here for Halloween. It's been over 4 years since the last time I did the haunt here, and I'd like to see any changes that have occurred since then. All right, I can't believe that there's really nobody here. I guess they all wanted to get out and they're probably coming here tomorrow for the fireworks. So that is a wrap here, guys, from La Ronde. Thank you for watching. One of my best days here. Thanks for dropping in, everyone. And we'll see you soon.